Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inaugural commencement ceremony for WGU Texas. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate this special occasion. Please note the commencement ceremony is being recorded. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones and clear the aisles to allow an uninterrupted flow for the processional. At this time, I'd like to ask Jill Blackwood to join me on the stage. Please stand as the processional enters and remain standing for our national anthem, sung by Miss Blackwood.
Oh, really? Oh, here we go. 2,
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last crest gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, and please join me in offering special thanks to the incredibly talented Jill Blackwood for singing our Star-Spangled Banner. Jill is currently starring in Zach Theater's production of Ragtime right here in Austin, and we're thrilled you were able to join us this morning.
And please join me in welcoming the Chancellor of WGU Texas, Dr. Mark David Milliron.
And we should also take a second to thank Will Taylor and Strings Detached for our ceremony music today. You may be seated. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the inaugural commencement ceremony for WGU Texas. This is an historic event. We are delighted you could join us here today. WGU Texas was established in August of 2011 by an executive order signed by Governor Rick Perry with bipartisan support of the co-chairs of the state's Joint Higher Education Legislative Committee, Senator Judith Zaffirini and Representative Dan Branch. Since then, we've grown to include more than 3,300 students, and more important, we've already helped almost 450 striving students achieve their degree. We are thrilled to see more than 100 of you here today in full regalia ready to celebrate with us. Our parent institution, Western Governors University, recently celebrated its 15th anniversary and has graduated more than 16,000 students since its founding. I'd like you to take a second to recognize a few folks from our national university who are here, our parent organization. President Robert Mendenhall. We also have our provost, David Leisure. And we have our associate provost, Chris Mallett. We're also pleased to welcome members of our State Advisory Board, folks who give us great counsel and wisdom as we continue the good work in Texas. I'd like to recognize Andre Alcantar, Jelaine LeBlanc-Burley, John Fitzpatrick, and Bernie Francis. At this time, we'd now like to share greetings from our governor.
Howdy, this is Rick Perry, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the first ever commencement ceremony for WGU Texas. Just a little over a year ago, I had the pleasure of signing an executive order to bring this affordable, accessible, nonprofit option for a quality higher education to Texans. This graduating class is proof that WGU Texas is a great idea and a great chance for Texas students to continue their educations and enhance their career advancement opportunities. My congratulations to everyone at WGU Texas, including President Robert Mendenhall, and WGU Texas Chancellor Mark David Milliron, and all the faculty and staff present today. You know, you got more than 3,000 students and 400 graduates this year. You've already had a positive effect on the state, and you're making a huge difference in the lives of your students and their families. Most importantly, Anita and I send our sincere congratulations to every one of today's graduates and to the families and friends who supported them through this journey. You all have much to be proud of, and I look forward to seeing what you all can do when you bring your new knowledge to the workforce. God bless you. And through you, may He continue to bless the great state of Texas.
Thank you, Governor, and a special thanks to Kate McGrath, the Governor's Higher Education Advisor, who joins us here today. Kate, you've been such a strong supporter of the university in this first year. Please know how much we appreciate your counsel and your focus on championing quality higher education options for Texas. Let's give her a round of applause as well. And now I have the pleasure of introducing today's commencement speaker, Dr. Stephanie Sanford. Stephanie is a dear friend and esteemed colleague I had the pleasure of working with at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, where she serves as Director of Policy and Advocacy United States Program. Stephanie leads a team and investment portfolio that supports policy development and advocacy at the national and state level to improve student success in K-12 and post-secondary education. Prior to joining the Gates Foundation in 2002, she served in several senior policy positions in both Democratic and Republican offices right here in Texas, as well as being a White House Fellow in the Office of Cabinet Affairs. She has more recently served as a German Marshall Fellow and an Education Entrepreneurial Fellow at the Aspen Institute, as well as on several nonprofit advisory boards. She holds a BS in Communication from Texas Christian University, an MPA from Harvard University, and a PhD in Political Communication from the University of Texas at Austin. Please join me in welcoming back to Texas, Dr. Stephanie Sanford.
Thanks, Mark. I think that's a wonderful and kind introduction. And for this wonderful invitation, congratulations on this historic achievement for you, for graduates, for your families. It's a great day. Texas has always been a place of innovation, whether in technology or energy, and now clearly in higher education. I want to thank Bob Mendenhall for his long leadership, vision for WGU, and the leaders of Texas who have supported this important new addition to the higher education ecosystem. It's a great day, and I am blessed to share it with you. And I am so happy to be back in Texas, especially back in Austin. And my mom is actually sitting right over there, and so she's glad that I came home to visit too. I'm really happy to be back home. I feel a little bit like Raina Rose. She's an Austin singer-songwriter that I discovered on one of my last trips back to town. I was in the airport heading back to DC, and my plane was delayed, so I stepped into the bar and ordered a really bad glass of red wine. I sat in the Hill Country Bar in the Barbara Jordan Terminal, and she came on stage a few minutes later. She looked out at the crowd. She took a deep breath, inhaling that aroma of Salt Lick barbecue and Maudie's enchiladas. She strummed her guitar and she said, "It's a great day to be singing here in the airport." And indeed it was. It was a great day. And I brought her CD, and it reminds me of home every time I play it. Now, I don't have a guitar to strum, and I don't have enchiladas in the air, but I can tell you it's a great day to be celebrating the first graduation of WGU Texas. Now, I am also very conscious that I am all that stands between you and the rest of your life. So I'm going to talk a little longer than a Raina Rose song, but not anywhere near as long as the whole album. So first I want to bring you greetings from the Gates Foundation. Our foundation actually has a pretty young history, but we've got a long history with WGU. Bill and Melinda Gates started the foundation to advance a fundamental belief that everyone, everywhere, deserved to have the opportunity to live a healthy and productive life. And in the world, globally, that means we work on health and agriculture so that we can to fight disease and reduce extreme poverty. Here in the US, We focus on education because we believe that education is the building block to opportunity. To get there, we focus on what the research tells us. We look for smart, innovative people, and we partner with them to innovate and to take risks. Big problems require big system change, and so that takes time. We don't watch results day to day or even quarter to quarter. We prefer to watch results over entire populations or over entire generations. Our work doesn't exist in isolation. There are great other nonprofits and governmental leaders who are working on issues of poverty, and we are proud to be a part of that community. But we believe that the lever to opportunity in the United States is education. And WGU is one of the institutions that we've supported since our earliest days. According to Gates Foundation mythology, the foundation actually started on Bill Gates Sr.'s kitchen table sometime in the early 90s as requests started coming into his son, the richest man in the world at that time. As it became more formal, it eventually moved into an office mythically above a pizza parlor in the late 1990s. As it became more formal, there were about 30 people there, and we still refer to them as the pizza parlor people. The foundation made its first grant to WGU in October of 1999, before we even had an education decision. We had 149 employees at that time. 100 of them were out in the field connecting libraries to the internet. I've been there 11 years, and we've grown to over 1,100 people. There are not many things that predate me at the foundation: the pizza parlor people and WGU. WGU was just a nascent idea back then, was being kicked around by some Western governors, and now, a little over 10 years later, WGU graduates thousands of students nationally and is developing state partnerships just like the one we're celebrating here today. It's given rise to a whole new kind of degree, one that focuses on what you know and what you learn, not on how much time you spend in a classroom. It's provided a credible education avenue for all of you at a particular demographic, actually my demographic, working adults. It's demonstrated that a high-quality education can be delivered at a cost that people can afford, and it's growing its enrollments at a time when the nation needs more, not fewer, graduates. Simply, WGU and you are the vanguard of some big educational, economic, and sociological changes around the world. Now, I don't have to tell you that we're in a time of great change. That's what commencements are all about. We feel it as individuals, and we feel it across institutions. You and WGU are both a reflection of that change and a response to that change. So, New York Times columnist Tom Friedman has written a number of widely read books over the last 20 years. His two most recent were written about 6 years apart. First one was called The World is Flat, and it outlined all the great implications and opportunities that were going to come from technological advance and the opportunity that would be worldwide. It was brimming with optimism. 6 years later, just last year, he wrote a follow-up. That follow-up was called That Used to Be Us, and it's a less optimistic implications of that challenge and all of that change, especially here in America. His resonant phrase, average is over. Everyone needs to be better and better at what they do. And his cautionary implication is that America and Americans just might not be up to the huge challenges that the world is facing, as up to it as we were in previous generations. That America might not lead the world if we don't change our ways and respond to those global challenges. So that means as technology and economies change, so must we. You, me, and American higher education. Public higher education today is at a watershed moment. Funding is going down, and yet demand is going up. Our economy needs more, not fewer graduates. So to accomplish this goal, higher ed institutions need to increase enrollments, increase completion, improve student learning, and lower costs. At the same time, our public student financial aid systems are approaching a very real fiscal cliff. Our existing system was not designed to do what we now need it to do. What that means is we need to improve what we have and create things new. And so here we are, right in the middle of that. Average is over, the world is flat, and that used to be us. Which brings us to a really important question about this room today. Who exactly is us in American higher education? It's no longer an enterprise focused just on the top echelons of society or a small sliver of young people age 18 to 22 who come right out of high school and go into a residential experience. I look around this room, I look in front of me here, I looked as Mom and I walked into the coffee shop and then watched you all taking pictures of each other in the lobby. This student body is way more diverse than the group of students I went to school with. The traditional college student is only 25% of the population in post-secondary education today. And your group right here is a microcosm of that change. 41% are first-generation college graduates. 92% are 27 years old or older, with an average age of 39. Your youngest graduate is 22, and your oldest graduate is Robert Titus, and he is 80 years old. He always wanted a college degree, and by God, he got one. So clearly, education is not done at 18 or 22 as it was generations ago. It's now a lifetime enterprise. So it needs to accommodate work and families. It needs to be busy working students where they are, and it needs to respect their time. It needs to be as varied as we are and as agile and responsive as our global interconnected economy now demands. That's not to say that traditional higher ed is going away, or even that it's in decline. Far from it. Quite the contrary. These institutions are as important today as they were 50, 100, 150 years ago. In the times of great change, generations ago, higher ed evolved, grew, innovated, and helped drive both opportunity and prosperity. The Morrill Act 150 years ago created the great land-grant universities in the wake of the Civil War. The GI Bill educated a generation of our grandparents after World War II. And the Higher Ed Act 50 years ago made unprecedented changes in institutions and spawned new inventions and increased access. They evolved and changed at each juncture to meet a national need. All of this activity helped create the broadest middle class and the most durable prosperity in the history of the world. And so today, we must do so again, expanding both access and success, and it must do so at a reasonable cost to keep it within the reach of low and middle income families. Getting done now is even more important than getting in. It's an important sentiment for today. And that knowledge demands just changes in students and the design of aid and then the design of institutions. You and the relationship of WGU Texas to the higher ed sector in Texas are a tribute to this tradition of innovation and to the spirit of expanding educational opportunity. I salute the president of my alma mater, UT, for his leadership in this arena and the political leadership in Texas for being at the forefront of these new models that meet students where they live and are designed to make sure that they succeed and complete so that you, can go on and live successful, productive lives. Now, as important as today is about the future of higher education and the future of higher education in Texas, really it's a most important day about you. So one of the other reasons I think that your chancellor invited me to spend time with you today, in addition to my history in Texas and my passion for education and my long work with the Gates Foundation and our long relationship with WGU, is that I've actually been thinking and writing about you for a long time. I did my PhD here at UT, and I did my dissertation on the intersection of politics, technology, and generational change right here in Austin. Now, I can't say that I predicted today, but 10 years ago, I studied people a lot like you, then in their 20s and early 30s. And they taught me that you were going to demand an education a lot like this. That work became a book called Civic Life in the Information Age that came out in 2006. And actually an updated paperback is coming out at the end of this month. And here's some findings that these young people that I taught me. One, you, worked really hard. They mixed community school and social life. Those things weren't separate parts of their lives. Like when you went to work from 9 to 5, you hit the Rotary Club at 5:30, you came home for dinner at 6:30, and then you didn't really think about work until the next morning. It was clear that all of that stuff was all mixed up together in the lives of those young people. They believed in just-in-time social capital. The idea that they weren't going to join organizations just to go to meetings and sit through things just to belong. They wanted to make things happen, to clean up a park, to register voters, to start a movement, to get a degree. They didn't want to waste time. They wanted to get stuff done. And they hated arbitrary rules that said they had to wait their turn or sit through things that weren't relevant to them. And the way they were going to be able to do those things they wanted to do was through technology. They didn't see it as a big revolutionary thing, but rather a tool to be able to realize the phenomenon of this just-in-time impact. They didn't have to adhere to arbitrary schedules of old guard organizations. They could move as fast as they wanted or as slow as they needed to. Finally, they had more weak ties than strong ones. That is, that they moved around a lot, so they knew a lot of people a little bit, instead of a few people really, really well. And those weak ties became the people they reached out to when they wanted to get something done, somehow, somewhere in the world, anytime, anywhere. Do any of these lessons sound familiar to you? I listened to these young people in Austin over 10 years ago, and yet their insights and premonitions, they were premonitions of the success we are celebrating here today. The success that WGU has had in creating a high-quality educational experience that meets your needs exactly, and the need of the new world as it changes, and an education that can span a lifetime, from 22 to 80. Their voice mattered then to predict the changes that were coming. Their voice also created the demand that fostered it. And their voice created the sound that the WGU leadership listened to and responded to and got us to today. Now, your voice matters to advance those ideas even further. So, looking back at what I discovered studying those young people, the obvious question is, what does it all mean? Especially today, on the first day of the rest of your life. So you've learned new things in a new way, as a part of a new institution that's helping a whole sector innovate amid huge changes in our economy and in our world. Consciously or not, you put your generational stamp on an entire education sector and open new doors for your own individual opportunity and for the opportunity of countless young and not so young people who will come after you into this global economy. And it's not even noon. So as you head out today into the rest of your life, remember Friedman's insights? Yes, the world is flat. And yes, average is over. But it's more than that. You, right here, right now, are challenging Friedman's notion that just because average is over, you know average is over, or you wouldn't be here sitting here today. That America might not be up to these new challenges, that America's leadership is in the past tense, that somehow that used to be us? I don't think so. You're instead coming down on the side of President Reagan's moving dedication to President Kennedy. He said, history isn't about people, history is people. So what you've done here, you've made history, and history doesn't stop. It continues to be made by the actions of people, you, after you leave here. So, evangelize a little about WGU. Talk about what you've done, how it worked, and the opportunity it's given you, and it will give you. Because it's through those actions, through your actions, that history gets made, that opportunity is realized, and the world gets changed. So working together as generational comrades, united in this pursuit of opportunity, let's make Friedman's next book, his follow-up to That Used to Be Us. Damn right, that is us. And when we've done that, my friends, it'll be a great day. As fine a day as there is in Texas. An even better day than singing in the airport. Congratulations. God bless you. God bless Texas.
Thank you, Stephanie. And I hope you hear the call, graduates. The call is a simple call of each one reach one. The idea that your job now is to make your difference with your degree and to reach out and touch other folks on their journeys and be the ripple in that pond of humanity. And now we have the chance to hear from your student colleagues. We have 4 student speakers. I'm going to introduce all 4, and they'll come in that order. First, we have Sherilyn Jones, who has earned her Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, Michael Stewartson, who has earned his Master of Science in Information Security and Assurance. We have Elliot Teague, who has earned her Bachelor of Science in Business Marketing Management, and Annalise Hibben, who has earned her Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies in our Teachers College. Please join me in welcoming first to the lectern, Sherilyn Jones.
Good morning to my fellow graduates and our faculty, family, and friends. Hello, and congratulations on this exciting day of celebration. I am Sherilyn Jones, and I've just completed my Bachelor of Science in Nursing at WGU, Texas. Thank you. My inspiration to become a nurse came to me a long time ago from my mother, Ida, who was a nurse. When I was young, I used to love to tag along with her as she ran errands in our community. Patients she had cared for would walk up to her, give her a hug, and thank her for helping them. They give her updates on their situations, talk about their kids, and visit with her about their lives. It was clear she had made a personal connection with them. I remember asking her about her work, and she would just simply reply, "I listened to my patients, and I gave them the best possible care that I could." She used to tell me that I would probably be a nurse too because of my love and respect for the human spirit and caring for others. But early on, I decided to start a career in fashion, merchandising, and design because I enjoy being creative and helping enhance the self-image and confidence of others through fashion. At each step of the way, I wondered if I had settled, believing I didn't have the patience or the intelligence required to become a nurse and take care of people. I began to recognize the calling that most nurses talk about throughout my life when family, friends, and colleagues began to depend on me for advice when they got sick or needed someone to listen to them, trusting that I had some valuable insight regarding their situations. Not knowing I was being prepared for something greater than myself, I could no longer deny my original dream of becoming a nurse. And it wasn't until recently I found a way to make that dream come true. And after graduating with an Associate's of Arts degree from Houston Community College, I ventured into the direction to become a nursing student. I reached a point in my life where I understood my purpose is to be a nurse by developing a successful career through continuing my education and experience to give the best possible care to each patient that I'd had the privilege to be assigned to. I wanted to continue the legacy my mother passed on to me by earning a bachelor's degree in nursing. Having this degree is essential for practicing nursing if you want to get ahead in the health profession. And I wanted to be an example to my children, teaching them how to learn and work smart so they can eventually provide for themselves. But to get there, I realized I needed a way to commit to my studies and still be able to care for my family. WGU Texas made that possible. I didn't go looking for this university. It found me by the grace of God. My dear friend and fellow graduate here today, Carla, recommended WGU Texas to me after a college professor she knew suggested it to her. This university allowed me to control my schedule in order to take care of my family as I finished school. The competency-based model was important to me, as was the affordable tuition. WGU Texas' innovative approach to learning made it possible for me to get the critical thinking skills that are so important in nursing. I learned to be a professional in the nursing profession, meeting leaders of healthcare and human services within my community. As a WGU Texas nursing student, I also had an opportunity to interview a chief nursing officer for one of my projects. I also had an opportunity to meet nurses in various roles in several hospitals in which I had clinicals and explore the options available to advance our practice through evidence-based research. I also depended on the incredible support of my nursing school classmates. Carla and Katina, you will be my friends for life. Studying to be a nurse is time-consuming and it takes a lot of your personal time. And I am thankful for them for standing by me through this and allowing me to be there for them. I appreciate the support of my student mentor, my course mentors, and my clinical instructors. Throughout school, I often referred to one of my favorite quotes from Samuel Johnson. What we hope to do with ease, we must learn first to do with diligence. As my instructors challenged me and passed along real-world knowledge that would change the way I care for others for the better. A college education has prepared me to be a successful nurse as I help people achieve and maintain an optimal level of wellness. My mentors inspired me and kept me going the whole time. And to Dr. Veronica Abdul-Rahman, who directs the WGU Texas Nursing Program, thank you for all the times you said to me, I believe in you. I will always cherish that. New nurses have dreams as big as this state of Texas. I have aspirations to build a legacy as a registered nurse through becoming an educator, a clinical nurse specialist, and an angel of mercy for every patient I am charged with protecting. I am well on my way and well prepared thanks to the fact that now I am a graduate of WGU Texas. And I'm definitely returning to earn my master's degree in nursing education. I plan to leverage everything I learned through WGU Texas, including my passion for fashion for a long time ago, because I definitely have new ideas for some functional scrubs with nurses in mind. I want to thank my children, Valencia and Omari, for constantly reminding me that I was going to be a great nurse. I love y'all. And your father, Richard, for his support. I want to thank my mother for loving me and supporting me through my life and my education and all the long hours on the way to earning this degree. Your strong faith and resilience are my greatest inspiration. And finally, to my fellow WGU Texas graduates, I want to close with this. For every student you inspire, every innovation you develop, every business you help manage to success, and every patient you help heal, continue to move forward with your education and never ever underestimate the power of the human spirit. Thank you and congratulations to you all.
Good morning. My name is Michael Stewartson, and I'm graduating today with a Master's of Science in Information Technology and Security. Thank you. I had a good friend in high school that introduced me to computers. He had an old Tandy TRS-80 dinosaur, old. And when he showed me what that thing could do, my curiosity was instantaneous. So I purchased my first computer on a Friday night, carried it in the house, all excited, pride, happy to have it, plugged it in, jumped right in it. By noon on Saturday, that computer was 100% inoperable, okay? In 12 short hours, I single-handedly destroyed the technology that had taken decades to develop. But I kept at it, and eventually I developed a fairly good level of expertise. I was largely self-taught because at that time there were very few computer science classes that were offered. So after serving in the U.S. Air Force
right here at Bergstrom Air Force Base here in Austin, I decided I was going to use my GI Bill to go back to school and realize my long-held goal of earning my bachelor's degree. I started at a junior college and I earned my associate's degree in 1993, and I had planned on immediately transferring into a bachelor's program when I was done with that. However, that plan kind of got derailed, and it took me another 19 years before I stepped foot in the door of WGU's virtual classroom. I explain why. It was the early 90s, and the computer market was just exploding. And those of us that knew our way around personal computers, we were in high demand, highly valued commodity. Very few people had bachelor's degrees at that time, but I wanted to learn some computer programming, so I enrolled in a couple COBOL courses at a local college. After the instructor that was teaching the COBOL classes witnessed my level of expertise, she hired me to teach adjunct for the college, the same one that I was attending. They offered me, then they offered me a full-time professorship, and I spent the next 15 years teaching at that college to undergraduate students. I chose to voluntarily separate from that college 2 years ago. And when I re-entered the job market, I found that the landscape of the information technology discipline has changed dramatically. What was once sufficient, my associate's degree, was no longer sufficient, as most organizations require a minimum of a bachelor's degree now. Okay? Therefore, I made a commitment to myself to go back to school and finish my degree. But going back to school as an adult, as most of you know, is a lot easier said than it is done. Okay? Work, family, life obligations tend to get in the way, right? Take priority over sitting in classroom a few nights a week. They did to me anyways. I was familiar with online education because I taught a lot of online education classes myself. So I started looking for a school where I could finish my bachelor's degree that was fully accredited, online, that would suit my needs, and thankfully my search led me to WGU. In the IT profession, technology emerges on a daily basis, something always new. And we computer geeks struggle to remain on what we refer to as the bleeding edge of technology. But over the years, I've had to learn hundreds of new technologies on my own without the structure of a classroom. And that was the greatest benefit that WGU Texas provided me, was the ability for me to prove my level of knowledge and skill rather than I have to sit through a classroom that I had taught the class for 15 years. Okay? WGU required that I successfully complete industry-recognized certification exams to prove my knowledge and skill, which afforded me the ability to show what I know rather than simply sit through that class. As a professor turned student, I feel that I have a unique perspective on the future of higher education in the state of Texas and in the nation in general. I truly believe that WGU's competency-based model will become the standard for education in the very near future. It has to. WGU Texas is a quality educational institution, and I would confidently challenge the skills that I have received in both of my degrees with WGU against any student that has received a similar degree from a brick-and-mortar university. The ability to accelerate my degree was also key to my success here at WGU Texas. Because of the competency-based model, I was able to complete my bachelor's degree in just 1 year. In fact, I enjoyed the program so much that I re-enrolled into the Master's of Science program, which I also completed in 1 year. In fact, I enjoyed that so much, I've now re-enrolled in an MBA program as well. Thank you. Not only has WGU Texas allowed me to get both my bachelor's and my master's degrees, along the way, I have acquired 15 industry-recognized certifications in the IT field. I'm a certified ethical hacker. I'm a certified hacking forensics investigator. I'm Cisco certified as a CCNA and a CCNA security. I hold 3 Microsoft certifications as an MCSA, I hold 4 CompTIA certifications, 3 CIW certifications. I'm an ISO 27000 specialist. And to put the big fat cherry on top, the Masters of Science program in Information Technology Security and Assurance is nationally recognized by the Committee for InfoSec Professionals. It's a great thing. Now you tell me any other institution in the United States that can provide all that for about $3,000 per term. Can't beat it, can you? Chancellor Miller, you, sir, have left some pretty prestigious company to lead this endeavor called WGU Texas, and you have bestowed that prestige on this institution. Thank you, sir, for building us a great university. To my personal student mentors that helped me along the way, thanks for being there every time I needed you, and also to the course mentors who are always willing and able to help. To my beautiful wife, Carmen, my family, my friends who have supported me along my journey, and particularly to you, my fellow WGU students, congratulations on our shared success.
Hello, everyone. Today is a momentous and special day for each of us, our family, friends, and the entire WGU Texas community. For many, graduation marks the end of the hard work in achieving a degree and the beginning of a new journey into the workplace. For a WGU Texas student, graduation is more than getting to the finish line. It is about successfully defeating the obstacles and reaching the peak in order to get there. My name is Elliot Teague, and like you, I'm graduating today. I am receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Marketing Management. As I stand on this stage looking out at all the graduates, I see a reflection of myself. Our caps and gowns make us all one, but beneath them are individuals who came from every walk of life. Some, like me, are immigrants who came to America to seek a better life. Others are working hard to support themselves and their family. Some are just entering the job community and wanted a head start. Still others simply sought self-fulfillment. We all had a dream to improve ourselves and make better for ourselves and our loved ones, to finish what we started, no matter how far behind we were. We are artists, entertainers, workers, intellectuals, romantics, athletes, and soldiers. We have different circumstances in life, but our dreams made us one, and WGU Texas allowed us to achieve our dreams. WGU Texas made this day a reality for us. Individuals like us are afforded the opportunity to make for ourselves a better life through inexpensive tuition with competitive and quality education. For me, coming to America meant the fulfillment of a dream. But without the skills and education that would make me competitive, it was not long before I realized that I have to chase the American dream. I took menial jobs, walked and depended on buses and friends to get to my workplace. My salary was meager, and sometimes not enough to get me through. WGU Texas offered us the ability to raise our status in life and the workplace. The school provided us with the convenience and flexibility of learning while allowing us to keep our current jobs and attended to our daily activities and responsibilities. The school recognizes the impediments that each of us faced throughout the process. WGU Texas provides its students ample academic resources and guidance. Furthermore, the school understands that while they offer the virtual learning environment, students also need human support and understanding. I am unremittingly grateful to my mentor and cheerleader, Christopher Blystone, for without him, I would have been one of the many college dropouts in America, never achieving my dreams. I am certain that there are several of us here who experienced an immediate change after enrolling at WGU Texas. As a daughter of a farmer from a developing country, the skills and knowledge and self-discipline I acquired enabled me to obtain a job at the world's top technology company here in the United States. Initially, I was taking calls and assisting our customers with their orders issues. On the backside, I was gaining knowledge and developing my skills to become a more competitive and proficient worker through the courses of study of WGU Texas. Consequently, my job entrusted me with more responsibilities, and I was able to exceed their expectations of me. Those who are yet to reap the fruits of their labors, success will be sweet, endearing, and sure. Part of what keeps us on the trail is our inspiration. That little child that runs to meet us when we get home after a tiring day at work, our special someone who understands our time alone to get the lessons done, our parents who relentlessly support and believe in us, or our knowledge that a quality education is necessary in today's world. I am fortunate to share this achievement today with my husband, Charles, my family, and mostly to my mother, who traveled from the Philippines and is here today. Our road to this day was extraordinary and incomparable. We came from different walks of life, never shared a classroom, or had group meetings to finish a project. Astoundingly, what was started by 19 governors of the Western states 15 years ago brought us together. We all experienced the emotional highs and lows of hurdling the performance and objectives exams, the bliss of gaining the rights to post, "I passed," or "I did it," French magnets. And lastly, the triumph and celebration in our hearts upon receiving that letter of congratulations and well wishes from our Chancellor, Dr. Mark Miliron, we were officially acknowledged as WGU Texas graduates. Whatever path each of us might choose to take after this day, we will always have achieved what many have thought impossible through hard work, determination, and fortitude. Let us continue to share our stories and experiences with our family, friends, and people we meet. We have successfully changed our life for the better and should help others to do the same. Let me leave you with a quote from one of the most successful American entrepreneurs, the late Steve Jobs. During an interview with CBS Nightly News in May 2006, he said, "I think if you do something and it turns out pretty good, then you should go do something else wonderful. Not dwell on it for too long. Just figure out what's next." Congratulations to every one of us for being the first ever graduates of WGU Texas.
Good morning, my name is Annalise Haben, and I'm a graduate from the Teachers College with a degree in interdisciplinary studies. Before I begin, thank you. Before I begin my speech, I do have a confession to make. My entire family is here, and my dad's probably wondering, why am I up here? Happy birthday, Dad, and I dedicate this speech to you. As I reflect on that moment, the moment I forgot my age and my failures, I remember being afraid, excited and energized all at the same time. I jumped at the opportunity to grasp onto my dream. I believe the confidence I had for myself at that moment must have been off the charts. Was I crazy? Was I really going to do this? Could I finish? I felt every emotion rise up inside me, but only one quote could be seen on the marquee of my mind. "Do it afraid," quoted by Joyce Meyer. I knew that if I had a dream inside my heart, that I would face fears throughout the journey to reach them. Isn't that what life is all about? Doing it afraid. Every memory of fear and failure rushed into my head as I ventured into my first term at WGU. After spending 15 plus years earning 2 incomes, my husband and I found ourselves without jobs. We lost our dream house, cars, and retirement. Our children were teenagers and one with special needs. Our future was insecure. We were afraid of the thought that maybe we didn't have the vision or the fortitude to rebuild our lives and our dreams. But everything in us said, "Do it afraid." Dreams are planted in our hearts to be fulfilled at their destined time in our lives. It was our time. My husband started a business, a martial arts academy. This was his dream. This was his time. I knew immediately that I wanted to go back to school and get my degree so that I can turn my passion for educating a generation into a reality. Knowing that finances were not available and that my times as a mom and business partner to my husband were essential in building our family business, I thought I was at a dead end and my dream of becoming a teacher would not become a reality. But I am stubborn and Google is every mom's friend. So I searched and searched until I found WGU. I was actually enrolled in another school that said I would not go at my own pace, but I would progress as my classmates progressed. No thanks. After enrolling in WGU, I began my journey. Any dream is worth fighting for, and this was no exception. Just as my confidence was building in my accomplishments, here came the naysayers and the dream crashers. Really, you're going back to school? There are no jobs for teachers. Do it afraid, I kept telling myself. Just do it afraid. Moving forward, the most important woman in my life was diagnosed with cancer, and everything just stopped. Nothing else mattered to me other than my mom's life. Having 2 younger siblings, Aliana, who is 4, and Judah, who is 6. I knew that my mom and dad would need me to be there for them, and my brother and sister. It was an honor, and it was my mandate. My entire family and life was shaken up. I could not live without my mother. My mom was told that she would need surgery and treatments and months of treatments to follow up. In a family meeting, we were all afraid. We were all afraid. We will do it afraid. Yes, we will. Fear is now my enemy, and like a bully with no power over my life, it gives me the anger to conquer my dreams. And here I am, just 3 years later, as a college graduate. My son, Josiah is a senior in high school. My daughter is a freshman. Our family business is successful and growing. My mom, she is my strength, and she has conquered her fears and cancer. Now looking forward to the future, no matter the circumstance, I will always do it afraid. Thank you, Western Governors University. How could a mom like me, in a life with unexpected circumstances, become a college graduate without a nonprofit university that believes in dreams? Thank you.
Thank you all. Your poignant reminders of why our dedicated faculty members and staff members love working at this institution. Let's give them another round of applause. And now it is my honor to commence with the conferral of degrees. A little bit of housekeeping. After the graduates cross the stage in the conferral, they will be receiving a WGU Texas pin by our WGU Alumni Advisory Board member, Dr. Kelly Nix from San Antonio. Kelly, if you want to stand over. Kelly earned his undergraduate and graduate degrees from WGU. Thank you, Kelly, for welcoming our graduates to our WGU Texas alumni community. And now, would the candidates for master's degrees please rise? Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the master's degrees you have earned, to include Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, or Master of Science, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations and welcome to the community of learned professionals. Please be seated for the moment and come forward row by row at the direction of the marshals to receive your degrees and to be hooded individually. Our master's degree graduates receive a hood bearing the color of their discipline. Performing the hooding today will be WGU Provost, Dr. David Leisure.
Carol Patton, San Angelo, Texas, Master of Business Administration. Anna Rodriguez, Master of Business Administration, Management Strategy, Harlingen, Texas. Melinda Nicely, Master of Business Administration, Spring Branch, Texas. Kelly Leby, Master of Business Administration, Houston, Texas. Igor Menestar, Master of Business Administration, Arlington, Texas. John West, Master of Business Administration, Management Strategy, Leander, Texas. Amir Gezavadi, Master of Business Administration, Dallas, Texas. Holly Wood, Master of Business Administration, San Antonio, Texas. Vida Hinton, Master of Science, Special Education, Carrollton, Texas. Deborah Cooper, Master of Science, Educational Leadership, Bay City, Texas. Raymond Stinson, Master of Science, Educational Leadership, Killeen, Texas. Marcia Jones, Master of Education, Instructional Design, Allen, Texas. Wendy Mitchell, Master of Education, Instructional Design, Porter, Texas. Linda Harkins, Master of Arts in Teaching, Social Science Education, Corinth, Texas. Deborah Thomas, Master of Arts in Teaching, Elementary Education, Balch Springs, Texas. Rylan Hughes, Master of Arts in Teaching, Elementary Education, Bernie, Texas. Lynetta Misage, Master of Arts, Mathematics Education, Mission, Texas. Tina Marksmiller, Master of Arts, Mathematics Education, Lakeside, Texas. Michael Stewartson, Master of Science, Information Security and Assurance, Humboldt, Texas. Jay Patel, Master of Science, Information Technology and Network Management, Round Rock, Texas. Jose Ruiz, Master of Science, Information Security and Assurance, Killeen, Texas. Vanessa Acosta, Master of Science, Nursing, Addison, Texas. Demetria Jefferson, Master of Science, Nursing, Texas City, Texas. Rebecca Bowling, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Management, Garland, Texas. Janelli Reyes, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Management, Kingwood, Texas. Osama Algawad, Master of Business Administration, Information Technology Management, Houston, Texas. Lamika Justice, Master of Business Administration, Information Technology Management, Marshall, Texas. Timothy Piracino, Master of Business Administration, Fort Worth, Texas. Martina Vasolova, Master of Business Administration, San Antonio, Texas. Gladys Natarike, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Management, Euless, Texas. Adrian St. Hill, Master of Business Administration, Management and Strategy, Houston, Texas. Scott T. Armstrong, Master of Business Administration, Milliken, Texas. Mike Allman, Master of Business Administration, Irving, Texas. Hen Lee, Master of Business Administration, Austin, Texas.
Let's give our master's degree recipients another round of applause. Would the candidates for bachelor's degrees please rise? Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor's degrees or endorsements you have earned, to include the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Science, or the Post-Baccalaureate and Teacher Preparation Endorsement programs, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. You may now move the tassel from the right to the left side of your mortarboard. Congratulations on this important milestone in your lives. Please be seated and come forward row by row to receive your degrees and be recognized individually.
Barbara John, Bachelor of Arts, Educational Studies, Richmond, Texas. Rodney Casper, Bachelor of Arts, Educational Studies, Grand Prairie, Texas. Veronica Kibalyo, Bachelor of Arts, Educational Studies, Tyler, Texas. Jennifer Moffitt, Bachelor of Science, Business Management, Hallettsville, Texas. Mercy Gonzalez, Bachelor of Science, Business Management, Katy, Texas. Stephanie Regetz, Bachelor of Science, Business Management, San Antonio, Texas. Darren Mendy, Bachelor of Science, Accounting, Plano, Texas. Sherry Spiller-Straube, Bachelor of Science, Accounting, Wimberley, Texas. Angela Mueller, Bachelor of Science, Accounting, Manor, Texas. Melissa Simpson, Bachelor of Science, Accounting, San Antonio, Texas. Samuel Bassi, Bachelor of Science, Accounting, Richmond, Texas. Josette Trantham, Bachelor of Arts, Special Education, Huntsville, Texas. Angela Cohen, Bachelor of Arts, Special Education, Hurst, Texas. Jared Sigelski, Bachelor of Arts, Science Education, Houston, Texas. Jessica Fiveash, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, El Paso, Texas. Jeanette Laurel, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, Laredo, Texas. Sharon Hale, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, Fresno, Texas. Ariana Arias, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, El Paso, Texas. Gabrielle Ledford, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, Granbury, Texas. Valicia Vargas, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, Andrews, Texas. Jennifer Howe, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, Flint, Texas. Annalise Haben, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, Spring Branch, Texas. Elliot Teague, Bachelor of Science, Marketing Management, Kyle, Texas. Justin Kamek, Bachelor of Science, Marketing Management, Round Rock, Texas. Joshua Ribakov, Bachelor of Science, Marketing Management, Austin, Texas. Leslie Reyes, Bachelor of Science, Marketing Management, Abilene, Texas. Melissa Cisco, Bachelor of Science, Marketing Management, Abilene, Texas. Autumn Goodwin, Bachelor of Science, Marketing Management, San Antonio, Texas. Patrick Gonzalez, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology Management, Spring, Texas. Van Pierce, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology Management, Crowley, Texas. Dwayne Woodley, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology Management, Flower Mound, Texas. Kevin Fisher, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology Management, Plano, Texas. Aaron Hoosier, Bachelor of Science, Human Resource Management, Lufkin, Texas. Forrest Andrews, Bachelor of Science, Finance, Corpus Christi, Texas. Douglas Eichhorn, Bachelor of Science, Business Management, Temple, Texas. Joseph Browning, Bachelor of Science, Business Management, College Station, Texas. Sabrina Ehrlich, Bachelor of Science, Business Management, Spring, Texas. Noel De Leon, Bachelor of Science, Business Management, Weslaco, Texas. Tiffany Hokett, Bachelor of Science, Business Management, Odessa, Texas. Jennifer Dia, Bachelor of Science, Business Management, League City, Texas. Sheila Lukes, Bachelor of Science, Business Management, College Station, Texas. Melissa Boggs, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, New Braunfels, Texas. Ian Mock, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Dallas, Texas. Joseph Marsley, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Friendswood, Texas. Michael Leby, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Houston, Texas. Syed Uddin, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Houston, Texas. Edwin Smith, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Converse, Texas. Talal Goshe, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Allen, Texas. April Henry Cobbs, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, Houston, Texas. Tracy Rios, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, Houston, Texas. Michael Smith, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, League City, Texas. Adedoyin Ademoye, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, Richmond, Texas. Jacqueline Darden, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, Houston, Texas. Christina Whittemore, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, El Paso, Texas. Carla Thomas, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, Houston, Texas. Sherlyn Jones, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, Pearland, Texas. Katina York, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, Houston, Texas. Olajumoke Olarewaju, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, Houston, Texas. Allison Martinez, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, Houston, Texas. Shannon King, Bachelor of Science, Health Informatics, Burleson, Texas. Franklin Henderson, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Brownwood, Texas. Alan Lake, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, North Richland Hills, Texas. Elias Rivera, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Pearland, Texas. Aaron Welch, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Humboldt, Texas. Charles Leckie, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, San Antonio, Texas. Stephen Gaddy, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Austin, Texas. Daniel Hagan, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Austin, Texas. Jeremy Duff, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Manville, Texas. Craig Hulsey, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, LaPorte, Texas. Justin Kelly, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Leander, Texas, and Reno, Nevada. Scott McPherson, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology Network Management, Leander, Texas.
Let's give our bachelor's graduates another round of applause. Congratulations to each of you. This is an important day. And now we'd like to ask the President of Western Governors University, Dr. Robert Mendenhall, to conclude with his reflections and observations on today's ceremony. Let's welcome him to the podium.
What a privilege for me to be here at the first commencement for WGU Texas. I was reflecting, we had our first state-based university was WGU Indiana, and we had 7 graduates at the first graduation. So this is a little different. Everything's bigger in Texas. I'm grateful for Stephanie Sanford being here and for the support of the Gates Foundation. She mentioned they were very early supporters of the university. She probably doesn't know that we were like a week away from not making payroll when they made that contribution to the university. Things are a little different today. But we want to thank Bill and Melinda Gates and their foundation for their more current support, specifically of WGU Texas. They were the first and earliest contributor to the creation of WGU Texas, and we appreciate the Gates Foundation for that. We are very appreciative in this state of the support that we got from Governor Rick Perry and from Senator Zaffarini and Representative Branch and others in the administration and legislature of the state. We're really grateful for the wonderful leaders in business and community and education that have joined our advisory board and provide help and guidance to the university in Texas. And so we're grateful to have some of them with us today. I really want to extend just my congratulations to you who are the first graduating class of WGU Texas. No matter how big the university gets and how many students comes through its doors, years from now, you will still be the first graduates of WGU Texas. And I was going to say I'd be the first to welcome you to our alumni community, but I guess I was beat out by another. But we do want very much to have you participate and be engaged in our alumni community, mostly because we want to follow your success, but also we hope that that will provide you an opportunity to give back to students who will be coming behind you and to inspire and encourage them with your successes. Education allows us to do greater good, to provide higher service, to make a greater contribution in our families and in our communities. We hope above all else that we have given you the skills and the education that will allow you to make a difference in the world. And we hope that you will take what you have learned at WGU and use it to bless the lives of others in your family and in your communities and in the broader community that we are all a part of. Again, congratulations and thank you for your great studies. We would ask the audience to remain seated for the recessional, and your graduates will meet you immediately after in the hall outside. Thank you all for being here.